What was that? Oh, you would like a very special episode of Bad Therapy, Arizona edition. Message received. Our story begins in Yuma, Arizona, where a licensed psychologist has recently been let go from his community health center. Specifically, the place of employment recently learned that this particular psychologist's license had been suspended in the state of Colorado. And this was a little confusing to the Arizona board. You see, when you submit an application to become licensed, one of the first questions is whether you have ever been licensed in another state. And this therapist had indicated, yes, I was previously licensed in the state of Florida. And while that was technically true, they were in fact licensed in the state of Florida, they failed to mention their license in Colorado, Michigan, and Wisconsin. So the board began to dig. And what they discovered is the reason Colorado had suspended this person's license was because they had lied on that application too. And what did they lie about, you might ask? Maybe it was the same thing. They just forgot to indicate that they were also really licensed a lot in lots of states. Well, there were two other items on all of the applications that turned out to be misleading. First, there's a question in every state asking whether you've been convicted of a felony. And this therapist had, in his words, made a careless error due to his lack of attention to detail and checked no, because he did not realize that he had been convicted of grand theft, vandalism, and disturbing the peace. And that's understandable. Those are sometimes easy to forget. Oh, and in the words of the immortal Steve Jobs, one more thing. There's a question about whether or not you hold a doctorate in psychology. And he mistakenly checked yes instead of no, I just have a teaching certificate from the state of California. Damn it, still California! Anyway, yeah. So anyway, aside from a few careless errors, turned out most of the rest of the application was okay, right? Needless to say, they are no longer licensed to practice in the state of Arizona or Colorado. I'm not actually sure what's going on over in Florida. But, it's Florida. Anyway, thank you for joining me for another episode of Bad Therapy.